life searching for a shelter for my soul, an understanding of the greater plan. In these walls I've seen the light of love, pure and divine, helps me remember who I really am. In every face it's clear, we're all God's children here, and it feels like home, it feels like home. I finally found a place where I belong. It feels like home, it feels like home. A family that I can call my own. Feels like home. It's a place to share your burden. It's safe to shed a tear. Say a prayer and raise your voice in song. Where every heart is honored and every path is too. And no one's here to judge you right or wrong. And there's no shame, no sin in this place where love begins. And it feels like home, it feels like home. I finally found a place where I belong. It feels like home, it feels like home. A family that I can call my own. Feels like home.
Let's join our hearts together in a time of reflection. What we know is that this is a place where we can be ourselves. That's true. We can free ourselves into the light and into the love of who we really are. Here in this place, as the doors of our heart are wide open, we allow ourselves to step inside, to move into our hearts, a place we know is our true home. It is from this place that our sorrows are comforted, our hope is renewed, our anxiety is consoled, and our inspiration is ignited. Right here, right now. This is where we start. We revel in the love that's deep inside of our hearts, deep within this community, and so it is.
Feels like home, it feels like home. I finally found a place where I belong. Feels like home, it feels like home. Community, no storm that we can weather. Unity, we go hand in hand together. My family feels like home. Unity in Lynnwood feels like home. Yeah.
This being human is a guest house. Every moment a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. She may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them at the door, laughing, and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond.
Y'all, are there some little people coming? Is that what's happening now? It's the little people. Look out, world, here comes the future, hope of all humanity. We love watching you discover all that you were born to be. Precious children full of wonder, we look in your eyes and see all the good life has to offer, all that we were born to be. And there they are. Yay, little people.
Good morning. Yes, here they are. Here we are. Happy Sunday. So yesterday, a few of the Uniteens and YOUers, we all went and saw an amazing play that Stephen was in. And I just, he's hiding, but I just want to give him a shout out because he was awesome. And it was a lot of fun, and we look forward to a lot more outings like that. Next weekend, our YOUers, which are our high schoolers, are going to rally. So you won't see a lot of them because they will be at our regional event. And they'll come back and tell you all about it the following week. I know they're excited about that, and we're excited to send them. And on Easter Sunday, we will be having our annual Easter egg hunt right after second service. And we're also going to have live bunnies out front to pet and take pictures with. So it'll be really fun. So we have a lot of exciting stuff going on in Youth and Family. And now, if you will help with the blessing. Thank you for being our family. Thank you for being our friend. Thank you for blessing and teaching us. God bless you. Amen.
Amen.
Well, good morning and welcome to Unity Lynnwood. We're so very glad that everyone is here. I'm feeling the energy of the women's retreat. There it is. First service and second service. Man, I just keep on hearing these stories of everyone just being lit up by the experience. People who have actually been to women's retreats before and said this was the very best one that they've ever been to. It was really, really powerful. Thank you so much. I told a couple other people in first service that we also had a men's retreat in October. That was a good time, yeah. So us men were building community too. And one of the first things we did is we gather around the campfire on Friday night, and to sort of deepen our connections and build our relationships, we had sort of a ritual we did. We have a ceremonial talking stick that was passed from one person to the next, and we took a sip from the talking stick, or two, and then we were invited to share what it is that brought us to the retreat, and then the dumbest thing we've ever done in our entire life. And so you can imagine, after a sip or two, we told some pretty good stories about these dumb things that we did, and we shared that sense of vulnerability and some laughter, and that was a great way for us to join together. And I was just sort of imagining maybe on Friday night when the women came together here, they maybe had some talking sip. There it is. Talking stick of some sort, I don't know, but maybe they talked about what it is that brought them here to the women's retreat, and then the dumbest thing that their husbands ever did. Yes. And grow closer in the process. Did you do that? Yeah.
Our lips are sealed.
Yeah, good. What happens at the women's retreat stays at the women's retreat. That's our rule too, right? Yes. We'll talk about the experience, but we won't talk about what was said. So today is Sacred Service Sunday. At Unity, we teach sacred service as a powerful spiritual discipline, and I would like to have us all welcome our new service coordinator, Michelle Van Eyck, to the platform for some words.
Had to check my name out. Hello. My name is Michelle, as you know, and since this is my first Sunday, I thought I would introduce myself to you and tell you why I accepted this position by telling you what service means to me. And it says to breathe and look up. I do service because it has always called to me to help the individual that stands in front of me. No matter what the person's creed, color, race, religion, sexual preference is, it doesn't matter. We are all one and divine beings of God. We are all bright lights, and in my heart, I know that my purpose here is to heal my part of the world, wherever that may be, with love, laughter, and some silliness. It says breathe, smile, and giggle. In service, there is an authentic love that cannot help but shine through joyful giving to others if we wish to see and feel it. I'm excited to be able to share that enthusiasm with you because I love this community. This world is heavenly, and it's my hope that you would join me in being God's glow in service, where we can let our spirits soar by lifting each other up through love, laughter, and yes, some silliness. So if you have ever volunteered, are currently volunteering, might one day volunteer, or even if you have no intention of ever volunteering, I still hope you'll introduce yourself to me today. Simply, I would like to start by learning some names and some faces. Let's do a great work here for a great organization. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Dr. Emily Cady says this about prayer: we do not have to beseech God any more than we have to beseech the sun to shine, and it cannot help it. No more can God help pouring into us unlimited wisdom, life, power, all good, because to give is the law of God's being. We support each other with prayer here at Unity in Lynnwood. If you have a prayer in your heart this morning that you'd like to connect with someone personally about, we have prayer chaplains who support us in that. So I'd like to recognize our prayer chaplains this morning. If you could stand. Thank you for your service to our community. If you'd like to connect with them right after service, they'll be on each side up here in the front, and they would love to meet you in a time of personal prayer. And of course, anytime during the week, you can call our confidential prayer line or leave a prayer request on our website as well. This morning, we're going to gather together in our affirmation. I'm going to go ahead and say it once, and as I do, we're going to take it in. There it is. I needed that this morning. And I'm going to invite you, after I say it, to join together. I am perfect and whole and enough. I am a gift. We all are a gift. Let's stand together. And together, I am perfect and whole and enough. I am a gift. Now let's share these gifts with each other by saying hello, and we'll come back for some great music. Okay, this is a friendly crowd. Okay, we're gonna check out a video. Go Cameron.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down a road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant.
Well, it's amazing because I've been like trying to save money to get a few projects done, and then to see it all get done all at one time, it's just the transformation is just wonderful. And especially because of the volunteers and their spirit, and they're just so enthusiastic about doing it, and I'm just amazed at all the love they're pouring into it, like if it were their own. I am just very thankful and appreciative of everyone's help, and going even beyond what I would expect a volunteer to do. So I was diagnosed with bone marrow cancer, and I went and had a bone marrow transplant in San Antonio. So all my future was like up in the air. What I had thought my life was going to be was like suddenly was uncertain.
I will stand real close and say thank you for being a friend. I want to thank you for being a friend. I want to thank you for being a friend. I want to thank you for being a friend. I want to thank you. Let me tell you about a friend. I want to thank you for being a friend. I want to thank you for being a friend. I want to thank you for being.
Yes, I can't believe all these things that they're doing. I thought they were just going to come and retouch whatever they didn't finish. But look at all the repairs that they're doing. I can't believe it. I mean, oh, I'm so happy.
I want to thank everyone that has helped. I know probably people had donated materials, and I'm very appreciative. And all of this is happening in one day, and I'm just so overwhelmed and so thankful. And
I couldn't believe it because, sometimes you get old and sometimes you can't afford it. Sometimes they don't want to give you a loan because they might think you can't pay for it. You know?
And God has heard our prayers and their prayers, and I think that's why He said you. I don't think it's just a coincidence, you know.
they're so good, and everybody, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. There's still nice people in this world. Can I give you a hug? Oh, like that. Oh, is that good?
Good morning, Unity in Lynnwood. I am a Richard Held stand-in. So you may remember last week our local humanitarian outreach ministry introduced this hands-on housing initiative and a vision of 100 of us supporting a needful family in Lynnwood through a one-day home makeover. Yes, you too can have white hands, speak down a PVC tube, and be a blessing to a family in Lynnwood. Last Sunday alone, I think you may have remembered they set a goal of $750 last Sunday. Well, we exceeded that goal. So, woo! Thank you. Thank you. So you may continue to support this effort by donating, by signing up to contribute to the leadership team, or by signing up to participate on August 3rd, and there is a table at the back where you can do that. All are welcome, and for those of you who picked up a background check last week and have it ready to turn back in, you can go ahead and do that at the table back there as well. Thank you. The mission statement of our small group ministry is deepening the human relationship and enriching the spiritual talk. And as you can see, we have a delightful number of offerings, and you can grab an informational postcard on your way out and join any or all of what we are doing here. And we're sad to let you know that the Cerna Bea concert has had to be canceled due to a personal emergency of one of the musicians. So for any of you who purchased tickets via credit card, refunds will be automatically done next week. For those of you who purchased via check or cash, please email or see me personally, because we'll need to take care of that in a different way. Finally, join myself, Unity in Lynnwood prayer chaplains Matthew Wilson and Dr. Richard Lauren Held for our Holy Thursday service on April 18th at 7 p.m. This introspective service reflects events of Holy Week, including communion, foot washing, a 12 powers meditation, and personal candle lighting. And if you haven't attended that before, I encourage you to do it. It is a special, special evening. And now, Stowe Dailey is a singer-songwriter, best-selling author, and recent cancer survivor. She co-wrote the hit song Long Time Comin' for the group Shenandoah, and she has co-authored 5 books, including Flying High, which was featured at the I Can Do It conference in Toronto. And Karen Taylor Good is the Grammy-nominated songwriter of How Can I Help You Say Goodbye, and other radio hits by Patti Loveless, Al Jarreau, and Melissa Manchester. She has recorded albums and movie soundtracks with Willie Nelson, Al Green, and Dolly Parton. Based in Nashville, Tennessee, these presenters of a TEDx talk, have shared their musical keynotes, workshops, and concerts across the US, Canada, Ireland, and the UK. Stowe Dailey and Karen Good, together they are StoweGood. Please give them, you're already doing it. Thank you.
Thank you. It's so wonderful to be back here.
Yes, it is.
I'll tell you, we wrote that Feels Like Home song for all Unity churches, but when we performed it here this morning, it really does feel like home.
Yeah.
So thank you all for, you're amazing. So we're going to start with meditation in just a minute, but I want to set up the song a little bit for you. So here's the deal. I'm a nice Jewish girl from El Paso, Texas. That always makes people laugh. I don't know why. And yet I've been a Unity student for more than 30 years. So I call myself a Junity person. And one of my favorite teachings when I first got into Unity was, oh, God is not a man, and God does not live in heaven. So imagine my surprise every time I would go to a Unity church and they would sing this. Our Father, who art in heaven. And it just was this disconnect, like, Anyway, so a few years back, we were invited to Unity of Atlanta, and they said, we'd like you to come do your sermon in song, and we'd like you to do the Lord's Prayer. And oh, you can do any version you want.
You never say that to two songwriters. Oh. We took that as a personal challenge, and we got busy studying the Hebrew and the Aramaic translations, and we found such beautiful words there that touched our heart, and we said a prayer, and this song that we call Kingdom of Heaven was born that day, and we'd like to share it with you as a meditation. So if you're comfortable, you can just relax into your seat and take a deep breath.
O God, from whom the breath of life comes, who fills all heaven and earth, may your light shine within us. May we know you're not separate from us. May we feel you in our hearts. Let your will come true. Let us love like you. Thanks for your forgiveness. May we forgive ourselves and others too. Thank you for guiding our steps while we're here. May we walk in love, not fear. When we listen, your message is clear. The kingdom of heaven is here. The kingdom of heaven is here. The kingdom of heaven is here. Just take a few more deep breaths, please. And if you have your eyes closed, when you're ready, please open them up and come back to us. Hello.
Good morning.
Well, in the Japanese art of kintsugi, when there's a damaged or broken vase, they don't throw it away or hide it in some dark basement. As a matter of fact, they fill the cracks with gold, and then they proudly put them on display because they say it's the brokenness that makes them more valuable and more beautiful.
So this morning's talk is titled Beautifull Brokenness, and we're just going to look at some of the ways that we might have seen ourselves as broken, or perhaps we thought others viewed us as broken. And the idea for this talk actually got started a couple of years ago when we were visiting over in Scotland. Quite a lovely place to be. And there we were in a very small village, in a very small house, doing a very small house concert.
To very small people, they were only no, they were normal.
And so, you know, we were up close and personal with them, and there was this one fellow who was very handsome, and we asked his name. He said his name was Meckel. And Michael shared with us how much he loved our song, Beautifull Brokenness. And we shared with him how much we loved his accent. It was just gorgeous.
Because his name was really Michael, but his
Yes.
accent made it sound like Michael.
Yeah, right. And so Michael, we asked Michael after the concert if he would honor us by reading the words to our song, Beautifull Brokenness, and he did, and we want to share it with you.
From the shattered pieces of a life tattered and torn, something lovely rises up, and I have been reborn. Day by day I wake to someone I have never seen. Who'd have guessed that I could ever love someone like me? Beautifull brokenness, love will always win. Beautifull brokenness, that's how the light gets in.
Isn't that the best accent ever? Yay.
Yay, Michael.
Yay, Michael. So that was a fabulous trip. We get to travel to some fine places like Scotland and Lynnwood, Washington. And,
Yeah.
And a while back, we had 2 Sundays in the Lake Tahoe area. So we had a whole week we had to spend in Lake Tahoe. Well, I know, it was so hard. But I said to Stowe, well, where can we stay? And she said,
I have a cousin in Tahoe, Claire.
her cousin Claire. So we invited ourselves to stay with cousin Claire. And she was a really lovely person, a fabulous hostess, almost as good as Kay and Laura.
Yeah.
No, she was great. She was lovely, and she fed us 3 meals a day and took good care of us. Turns out that Claire is an interfaith minister. So on that Wednesday morning, Stowe came to me and said, well, Claire is doing a group meditation tonight, and I'm going. Do you guys have a little voices that in your head that speak to you? My little voices went, meditation? Well, you suck at meditation. And not only that, how do you do group meditation? I did not want to go. But how could I not go, right? Claire was so wonderful. So I went. There were 8 of us, about 8 of us sitting in a circle. Mm-hmm. And then Claire announced this was going to be a different kind of group meditation. It was going to be all surrounding poetry. And there they went again. Poetry? Oh, we don't get poetry. Me. It was my intention to take a nap for the following hour. It was absolutely not my intention to sob, really sob harder each of the 4 times this amazing poem was read. It's a poem by the Welsh poet David White.
Who lives in this state, I think.
You're kidding. Oh.
Lucky guy.
Because I'm telling you, my life truly was transformed that night. Because through his beautiful poem, Enough, I felt shifted. My cells, everything changed. Because as a type A person, are there any of my sister and brother type A's in the room? Let me see you. Yes. You know how we are. And then you're a type A New Thought person, and it's even worse, right? Oh, are we doing our affirmations loud enough, long enough? I don't know. Did we choose? What if we chose the wrong pictures for our vision board? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah. We're so hard on ourselves. And in this gorgeous poem, which we got permission to use 2 lines from for the song, I felt that he was giving me permission and you permission to simply breathe and relax in the knowing that whoever and wherever we are in this moment is exactly who and where we are supposed to be. In this moment now, I lay all struggle down, searching for, wanting more. Now at last I'm free. These words are enough. This breath is enough. Oh, what joy to breathe the air of sweet relief. Letting go, no need to know. All will be revealed. These words are enough. These words are enough. This breath is enough. Once a veil of mystery, I close my eyes to see. Perhaps the greater plan is knowing that I am enough.
So back in 2008, I was diagnosed with stage 3 rectal cancer, which is a real pain in the and you know, right from the start, the doctors told me, they said, Stowe, there is a high probability that you're going to end up losing your rectum. And I said, no, no. I will not let go of that very important body part, because how else would I be anal retentive? So that's didn't make sense to me. So fast forward 2 years after trying chemo and radiation and all things alternative, I weighed 50 pounds less than I weigh right now.
It's really scary.
And I have been recommended for hospice. And I thought I was at the end of my 2-year journey with this disease. And the really sad part for me was that it felt like I was about to die with my music still inside of me. Because for way too much of my life, I allowed fear to sabotage my dreams. I was afraid. I was afraid that my voice or my songs or my guitar playing weren't good enough. And really, I was just afraid that I wasn't good enough. But I learned the hard way that fear is really toxic to our bodies. And my body took all the fear that I put in it, and it said, if you're not going to live your life, you're going to lose it. And it took me 2 years and coming this close to the edge of death before I finally got this message that fear doesn't stop you from dying, it stops you from living. And after all is said and done, I find that even without a rectum, you can still be anal retentive. And you know what else I learned? What? How it's going to turn out is not for us to know. Life is a mystery. Enjoy the show. I met him on the south side of the Pensacola Pier, a solitary soldier of the sea. He looked to be 100, but his eyes were crystal clear. And when I spoke, I swear he saw inside of me. He said, you're trying to figure out the wherefores and the whys.
Isn't life supposed to be a big surprise? And how it's gonna turn out is not for us to know. Life's a mystery. Enjoy the show, everything will be okay. In the end, my friend, if it's not okay, it's not the end. I took a breath and let it out and felt a little peace. His wisdom seemed to soothe my troubled soul. And that weight there on my shoulders finally took its leave when I let go of trying to keep control. The old man smiled at me and said it was never in your hands. Don't you think it makes God laugh when we make plans? And how it's gonna turn out is not for us to know. Life's a mystery. Enjoy the show, everything will be okay. In the end, my friend, if it's not okay, it's not the end. The truth washed over me like some sweet song. Deep down inside, I guess I knew it all along. How it's gonna turn out is not for us to know. Life's a mystery, ooh yeah. Enjoy the show, everything will be okay. In the end, my friend, if it's not okay, hey, if it's not okay, it's not the end. No, no. Thank you. Woo. Thank you. And something else I learned along the way. Yes, more. These bodies, these earth suits are really important if you want to stay on this earth plane, right? So you got to take care of them. And it's been said that the body is the temple of our soul. I'm looking around here today, I see some very beautiful temples. If you're able, if you're willing, would you stand up and shake your temple? And sing with us when you get it. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. My body is a temple of my soul. My body is a temple of my soul. I know I can't abuse it, 'cause I don't want to lose it. My body is a temple of my soul. Whoa, I used to think a body's just a body. Yeah, a handy place to hang my clothes.
I didn't treat it nice. No, I was naughty. But Lord, I've changed my ways, 'cause heaven knows.
Yeah, my body is a temple of my soul. My body is a temple of my soul. I know I can't abuse it, 'cause I don't want to lose it. My body is a temple of my soul. Oh, when I was young, I didn't want to hear it, no.
But every year I'm closer to the truth.
We're all connected, body, mind, and spirit.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, God, you mean Stowe? No Dumbo Baby Ruth.
No, no, no.
Because my body is a temple of my soul.
Yeah. My body is a temple of my my soul. I know I can't abuse it, 'cause I don't wanna lose it. My body is the temple of my soul. So that makes it a vessel, holy and special.
To harness its powers, I'll get my 8 hours. Less emails
and text,
more dancing
and sex.
In all things, moderation,
less work,
more vacation, more veggies and fruit
for this body suit.
But most of all, please, everybody,
remember to breathe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. My body is a temple of my soul. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My body is a temple of my soul. You know my body is a temple of my soul. Yeah, my body is a temple of my soul. I know I can't abuse it, 'cause I don't want to lose it. My body is a temple of my soul.
I've only got one of it.
It's up to me to love it. My body is a temple of my soul.
Thank you. Well, we are going to share a song that I wrote back in my prehistoric era. It's a song about my mama, and there's just a few things I would like you to know about my mama. First of all, she was the quintessential Jewish mother. If you've ever had one or known one, you know what that means. And on top of that, she was a Leo. Who else in the room is a Leo? Let's see. Oh, you guys, you know how you are. I'm married to one too. My husband Dennis is that.
Oh yeah.
She was a force, you know. She also belonged to Mensa, the Society for Genius IQ people. She was very proud of her smarts. She was a fabulous artist. She made this ring. I don't know if you can see it. She was really quite something. Until the last 8 years of her life, she lived to be 94. And in those last 8 years, it was very difficult for me to see any beauty. All I saw was the brokenness, and oh boy, were things getting more and more broken. She ended up legally blind from macular degeneration, so no more art. And she ended up living in a dementia care unit. Oh. So let me tell you, in spite of 30 plus years of these wonderful unity teachings, where it has been proven to me, time and time again, that everything happens for a reason. And not only that, but that there is perfection in everything. But I'll tell you what, I could not find the perfection in what was happening to my mama. So I went to some dark places and railed at God for a while and said, what is this? You know, this is so mean. The good news is I didn't stay there long because I thought about these principles. And I said, okay, if there is perfection in this, you got to show it to me. And my answer came in the writing of this song, which really saved my life. So we want to send it out to any of you who have been on this journey with a parent or a partner, a friend, and most especially if you are on that journey right now. We know that you need lots of extra love and care, and we hope that this brings you some comfort. This is the woman who had all the answers, the one I would lean on for comfort, for strength. She's never forgotten one grandchild's birthday. Now she can't remember my name. And it makes me so angry. I shake my fist and cry out to the heavenly one. Why would you place of some things she can't use. 'Cause people and places, memories and faces are just way too heavy, it seems, to carry on angels' wings. This is the woman who saw things so clearly, the one who could pick out one crumb on the floor. She saw through a white lie, saw me through love's eyes. She hardly can see anymore. And it makes me so sad, and it just isn't fair. Why should so much be taken away? But when I cry out for all that she's lost, I silently hear someone say, she's gonna fly when her time here is through. First she'll have to let go of some things she can't use. 'Cause people and places, memories and faces are just way too heavy, it seems, to carry on angels' wings. And oh, the wonder she'll see, and I know she'll remember to watch over me. She's gonna fly when her time here is through. First she'll have to let go of some things she can't use. 'Cause people and places, memories and faces are just way too heavy, it seems, to carry on angels' wings, to carry on angels' wings. Love note. If you are going through a difficult time with one of your parents now, if you have become the parent and they the child, if they are not who they were and you find yourself confused, stressed, and angry, I understand. I know this is not easy, and it's all right, and it's perfect. Breathe, cry, go to a ridiculous movie, take a walk, find a support group, consume moderate amounts of chocolate, and take good care of yourself. My heart is with you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So that love note and the song about my mama come inside this book, which is my book. And I have asked Stowe to share my favorite 2 pages from her book, Flying High, because in it you will see immediately why I adore this woman, why she is my best friend and sister. Is it story time?
It is.
Yay!
Thank you, Karen. Yeah, so back in 2008, when I got that diagnosis, I did what I think most people would do when they get what sounds like it could be a fatal disease, and that is I put all of the focus on my body because I could see that my body was broken and in need of healing. And wow, what a surprise it was to find along the way that there was something else in me that was broken and in need of healing. and that was the wounds of my soul. And I discovered this when I was having a conversation with a lovely woman down in Florida who does healing work. And I just want to share an excerpt from a conversation that we had. She said, "Do you love yourself, Stowe? I mean, really love yourself?" "Yes," I answered too quickly. She studies me. Over the last few months, I've learned that Marilyn is one of those special people who has not only the gift of healing, what some call laying on of hands, but she also has the ability to see beyond the surface, perhaps what's called the gift of knowledge. In other words, she intuitively knows what people are thinking. When I look in her eyes, she smiles, and I have the feeling she is on to me. "You know," she says, "right now you look just like your daughter, Grace." "Ooh, thanks. That's quite a compliment." "Yes, she's a special little girl." Again, Marilyn studies me. She leans in closer. "You've told me about your past, Stowe, how your mother died when you were young and how your father put you and your brother into foster care. And I know you were abused emotionally and sexually. I can only imagine that throughout all of that, you must have felt abandoned, unloved." Yes, my voice is barely a whisper. "And perhaps as a child, you thought that if the world didn't love you, if your family didn't love you, maybe you didn't deserve to be loved." My jaw tightens and I lower my eyes. The room suddenly feels hot. Am I right? I nod slowly. "Okay, Stowe, I want you to do something for me. Close your eyes and imagine a few of the bad things that happened to you as a child. Can you do that?" "Yes." "All right. Now I want you to imagine those things happening to Grace." "Oh," I cry out suddenly, "no." Tears sting my eyes. This is an unbearable thought. Marilyn reaches out to me, placing her hand on mine. "Okay, now I want you to see yourself as you see Grace, to picture the beautiful child that you are. Love her like you love Grace."
All my life I tried to hide the cracks within my soul. God forbid that you should see what no one else should know. Day by day it wore me down, this aching pain inside. I had no choice but to set free what would not be denied. Beautifull brokenness, love will always win. Beautifull brokenness, That's how the light gets
Thank you. So I want to take you back to Scotland. The day after our Scottish house concert, we heard from Michael. And this is what he shared with us, that 35 years before, right there in Prestwick, Ayrshire, a small remote part of Scotland with, he shared with us, a very small town mentality, he had been born Michelle. And he had lived the next 34 years in confusion and pain and feeling very broken because his outsides didn't match his insides, and he knew that something was wrong. And just a year before, he had very bravely completed the steps to fill his broken places with gold and to become the beautiful man he always knew that he was.
Well, now that you know the rest of the story, we would like to share Michael with you once again.
From the shattered pieces of a life tattered and torn, something lovely rises up, and I have been reborn. Day by day, I wake to someone I have never seen. Who'd have guessed that I could ever love someone like me? Beautiful brokenness, love will always win. Beautiful brokenness, that's how the light gets in.
In closing, sweet friends, we want to remind you that the kingdom of heaven is here.
Yeah. Celebrate who you are. Be who you were born to be, for therein lies the gold.
And know that wherever you are on your journey, you are enough.
And if it's not okay, it's not the end.
And please take care of your beautiful body temples, because each one of you is one of God's amazing works of art.
And it is our unique and precious scars that make us more valuable and more beautiful.
And
so it is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Stowe. Thank you, Karen. Sharing your message with us, sharing yourselves with us, your life with us, and in the process, opening up our hearts, accepting ourselves a little bit more in the process.
Yay.
Yes. Yay is right.
Because we got some beautiful selves here.
We do indeed. This is the time in our service where we have the opportunity to give to this community, to this message that gives back to our greater community and to the world. As you prepare your tithes and love offerings, I'll offer these words by our co-founder, Charles Fillmore. The act of giving complies with divine law. It involves the recognition of God as the giver of all increase. Thank you so much for every gift given.
Oh boy, we get to share one more song. I know you're going to hear about it again in a minute, but just want to remind you that at 5:30 today, right here, we will be giving a concert. It'll be 90 minutes. You will hear different songs than you heard this morning. There will be a few more tears, lots of laughter.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Lots of fun. Also, just want to take the opportunity to say that we take ourselves, our roles as musical healers very seriously, which is why we put together a whole bundle of the books and our music and stuff together, and you save a bunch of money in there. So,
Yeah.
and we're giving away something free today, aren't we?
Hugs.
Free
Come
hugs
get
at our
'em.
table.
We want to give them.
Please. And we really want to thank Dr. Richard and Matthew for being who they are and
Yeah.
for inviting us to come.
Yeah.
We love them and we love you. All right. So you notice that Stowe and I tend to write about some heavy subjects. And we were studying the Buddhist teaching of non-attachment, and I thought it was going to turn out to be a very heavy song, the Buddhist teaching of non-attachment. It would sound something like, oh, the Buddhist teaching of non-attachment. She would not go there with me.
No.
My rocker chick best friend. Instead, it came out like this.
Woo! I can see the claw marks on your door, holding on for dear life, afraid of what's in store. Whoa, he treats you like a dog, yeah, and you're the tail that's wagged. I got a message for you, let go or be dragged. Let go, let go, let go, or be, wait for this, dragged. A belly full of worry, a grip you can't set free. I'd hate to see the spike marks on your EKG. One day you're gonna wake up in a body bag. Oh my, wishing you to listen, let go or be dragged. Sing along. Let go, let go, let go, or be, wait for it, dragged. It's gonna feel strange, ooh, that's understood. Just repeat after me, change is good. Take it, Karen. Only at Unity in Lynnwood can you get kazoo on Sunday morning. Thinking we're in charge here, it's a bloody curse. We don't have to hand crank the universe. Hands up and surrender, wave your little white flag. Ain't no use resisting, let go or be dragged. Everybody, let go, let go, let go, let go. One more time, let go, let go, let go, or be dragged.
Resistance is futile.
Yeah. Play that thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wise words. Let's bless these gifts that we've given together. God is my source. God is our source. And that source supports the evolving, unfolding, soul-stirring idea that is Unity in Lynnwood in miraculous ways. And so it is. Woo. Thank you for your gifts. Every Sunday, we love to see familiar faces and friends. We also love to say hello to anyone who might be joining us for the first time. So if you are here for the first time, we'd love to just recognize you with a round of applause if you put your hand in the air. Anyone here for the first time? Hello, nice to see you. Good morning. We're so glad you're here. In the seat back in front of you, there is a newcomer's information card, and there's also a stay in touch card for you or anyone else who has to update their contact information. If you put your email address on that, that will result in just a couple emails each month that are designed both to give us a lift during the week and also provide us information about what's happening here. As always, for details and registrations for all of our events, you can visit our welcome and information station in the back of the sanctuary. Join us this afternoon at 5:30 as StoweGood offers an evening of song and story. This fabulous concert is proudly offered on a love offering basis. There's more good to come, even today. That's terrific. And today's flowers are dedicated by Callie in honor of her guide dog Gabe's first birthday. That's terrific. Woof! If you'd like to make a flower dedication, you may do it so by visiting the gift shop for a suggested love offering of only $10. And if you'd like to become a member of Unity in Lynnwood, join Reverend Nina following this service for the basics of Unity. Grab an application and plan to join us this Friday at 7 for a reception in your honor, followed by New Member Sunday. Health and Wellness Ministry presents Qigong for 3 more Saturday mornings. This ancient Chinese healthcare system integrates movements and breathing to bring revitalization and balance to the body, to the mind, and to the spirit. This class is geared for beginners and is led by Anila Goldie. Thank you, Anila. Adult Education presents 12 Powers class starting this Tuesday, April 9th. Explore and experientially apply the 12 Powers system as a way of realizing and releasing your inner divinity. Barbara Thorpe, licensed Unity teacher, facilitates the first class, and Dr. Richard facilitates the remainder. Join in the fun of sprucing up UIL's grounds on Saturday, April 13th at 9 a.m. Bring gloves and garden tools. Lunch will be provided, and this is facilitated by Cheryl Jones. Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah. What? There's more spots available on the sign-up list. What an opportunity at the Welcome and Information Station. Right. Elbows out. Get back there. Thank you, Cheryl. A little spontaneity there. Join Rabbi Ted Falcon on Saturday, April 12th at 11 a.m. for Spiritual Saturdays. The biblical Exodus offers us a rich metaphor supporting our own release from the restrictive patterns of our conditioned consciousness. Rabbi Ted, along with the musicians Stephen Merritt and Steve Mason, invites us to engage a deep path toward this expanding freedom. And of course, all good things happening here at Unity Lynnwood can be found in your printed program by visiting our Facebook page or the calendar page of our website at unityinlynnwood.org. And now if you'd like to stand and join in our peace song together.
We are blessed. Oh Oh my gosh. Will you guys close your eyes with me for a moment and just feel the energy in this room, the energy that we collectively have created. Feel into that love, into that joy, into that peace, into that God-inspired vulnerability. Feel into the cracks in your being, in the brokenness of you, where the God light is shining through as you. Lean into this love, this unity, this oneness. Remember it, recognize it as the truth of your being. Lean into that love, lean into that wisdom, lean into that peace. And as you do so, let a name fall into your heart or fall into your mind. And it doesn't need to be the name of someone in need. It could be just a name, someone that you know, because we know that we all could use more light, more love, more wisdom. So whatever name falls into your heart or into your mind, know that it is there by divine purpose, and either speak it out or whisper it or think it into this palpable presence of divine energy. And know that everyone that is here in this space, whether in their earth suit or just in the consciousness that you have given entrance to them, know that infinite possibility is available to each one of us. And with that consciousness, with that awareness, let us speak our words of benediction together. There is one power and one presence in, through, and around all creation. So we go forth as the eyes of divine love, as the tongues of divine wisdom, as the hands of divine sufficiency, and the bold and ready hearts of divine life. Love you all. Have a great week. Blessings.